going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do the NFL Beast Picks NFL Conference Championship games. Joining me, Randy48.
Yep, that's me.
And yeah, it was an interesting week, to say the least.
Well, Frank, at least you can have solace in one thing. Your owners of your Green Bay Packers are much more competent than the owners of the Buffalo Bills.
Well, I mean, I wanted us to fire Matt LaFleur.
Yes, but at least you don't have owner press conferences that sound like mumbling idiots.
I mean, if you want to pick apart the press conference, you got. We only got 2 games.
There's not even the words in the world in it. If I do, we'll probably get thrown off YouTube. I can't even fathom having the gall to fucking say that Keon Coleman was Sean McDermott's draft pick. And then the beautiful
2
people
hours later.
The beautiful people of Twitter hunting down the documentary that Brandon Beane himself put out, celebrating Keon Coleman running a slow 40, that he was going to get to draft him. Brandon Beane was instrumental in being a fucking snake to be Judas, in the words of Chris Jericho, Judas in my mind, to stab Sean McDermott in the back, get him thrown the fuck out of Buffalo, because he knew it was going to save his ass and keep his fucking job in Buffalo. And that's all it is. Because at the end of the day, we watched, and I know you're not a hockey fan, the Sabres just went through this. Terry Pegula is a slumlord owner for sports teams. He kept Kevin Adams for way too fucking long. Adams went through, I think, 3 coaching regimes. Adams finally got kicked out on his ass. The team turned it around. Well, here we are now with a GM who clearly proved he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
And he's football head of operations now, too.
Yeah, he's continually coming up short. He is blaming the coach, saying the coach is the one who constructed the rosters. And he gets a fucking promotion? Listen, man, before anybody gets this wrong, I'm not protecting Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott had his wrongs. But if you're going to go out there and fire Sean McDermott, it needs to be McDermott and Beane together. There's no way it's one and not the fucking other. Yeah. If it's one, it needs to be fucking both. And if it's, at least if it's, shall I say, if it's a coach, it needs to be the coach and the GM. If you wanted to run it back with McDermott and give him help, but fucking wait. In the words of Billy Mays, shout out Anthony Nicometti, R.I.P. I fucking love you, bud. But wait, there's more. Did you fucking see the news on why Terry Pegula and Brandon Beane were mad?
Because it was like 5 weeks before he
criticized the roster for not having cornerbacks and not having receivers, and we didn't catch passes very well, and we got burnt to go into the end zone. Wow, it's almost like he's right. Fuck's sake, man.
Now, they're giving him on the game itself. Do you think that was a catch or not?
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna be blatantly honest. I'm not gonna sit here and bitch and cry about could've, would've, should've. You can't put yourself in that position, because if you want to be completely honest,
right for the halftime, the fumble.
Not even the half. Not because that one pisses me off. I'm not gonna sit here and blame Josh, because I've heard a lot of people say that. That's fucking stupid. But if I want to say one thing to Josh, like, Josh, what the fuck was that going into half? Yeah, because that was the dumbest play I've ever seen.
Because if you take that away, you
don't even have to worry about it.
Because field goal at the end of regulation is the game.
You want to talk about the real one? Missing Dawson Knox screaming down the middle to end regulation. He hits that pass. It's a touchdown. Like, he is screaming open. You don't kick the field goal. So, like, there's enough woulda, shoulda, couldas. Is it heartbreaking? Yes, but like, it shouldn't have fucking come to it.
And to think about this too, because again, if they win that game in overtime or whenever, right end of regulation, it's still gonna be, NFC Championship game if he doesn't win.
AFC Championship
Championship game. If he doesn't win that, and he's gonna be fired anyways. Like it seems like unless they went to the Super Bowl.
So the wild thing is,
I think he gets fired.
And that is one of the most ignorant plays I've ever heard from an owner. Did you listen to the press conference?
Yes.
Did Terry Pagula's reasoning for firing?
It makes no sense because he says it's a bad
like,
call, but then he says at the same time it's not because of that game.
No. His reasoning was not that. His reasoning was, well, I went into the locker room and saw my players defeated, and I walked up to Josh, and I sat down next to Josh, and he didn't acknowledge me. So then I said to him, it was a catch, and he still didn't acknowledge me. And right then and there, I knew I was going to fire Sean. So you're so fucking egomaniacal, your little billionaire ego, that your fucking superstar quarterback didn't acknowledge you in one of the darkest fucking moments of the year that you decided to fire the coach? You're an asshole. You're an asshole, Terrence.
To be fair right now, you're probably going to get Brian Dable as your next head coach, or I'm imagining that he'll be the coach.
I would rather have Dable than Brady. I will say that.
I don't think he should get the coach. He got fired from the Giants halfway through the season, but I think he's going to because it's going to be him.
It's the
easiest transition.
Excuse me. I don't think he got a fair crack in New York, if I'm being fair. I think he would respond better with Josh. We know Josh played well there. I think giving him a different defense coordinator, it's going to look different. I think that's the whole situation. He had Malik Neighbors. They didn't have a defense built there. Let him get a DC. I'm not saying it's the perfect one. In my perfect world, I want Grant, whatever the fuck his name is, the guy from Jacksonville, or my top guy is Clint Kubiak. I do want Clint Kubiak from Seattle.
I just feel like getting him is just going to be... It's going to be the same thing as Sean.
No, I think the same thing as Sean McDermott is Joe Brady. If we get Joe Brady, I'm checked out. I don't want to even talk football next year.
Saying, like,
I'm done.
I'm like Dable, like, because he came from McDermott's staff, so I'm just saying, like, it just feels like it's going to be the same
yes and no,
thing.
because the difference there is...
Just offense.
No,
defense.
But the difference there is Dable came from Belichick's staff first. So you got to wonder if that's a different coaching tree, and that's where it's nature versus nurture. Sean was a lot softer on his team, whereas Dable plays fired up. And I wonder if that's a difference there. They coach similarly, but Dable will rip your ass a new one. Sean was more, hey buddy, it's okay. And I've seen that both sides on the sideline. So that is the one difference of maybe that's where he would work well. But I will say this again, I want Joe Brady in a fucking cargo crate to China. Get him the fuck out of Buffalo.
He's getting head coaching interviews right now.
I don't want him get him to anywhere but Buffalo.
He might be a Ravens coach, I hear.
Ravens coach was already hired.
Oh, it was?
Jesse Minter.
Oh, they did?
About 2 hours ago.
Oh, yeah, that's breaking news. I hadn't seen that yet. But he was interviewed by them.
I want it to be no part of Buffalo. He is the reason we failed.
In terms of my team, we extended Matt LaFleur, which I absolutely hate.
And you lost your defensive coordinator.
Yeah, we lost the defensive coordinator too, and that was a choke artist. I'm very, very, very limited when it comes to head coaches. I don't think, like, a lot of times, I don't think we should fire head coaches so quickly.
You'd fucking take him out to fire him, especially if then you could go sign Sean McDermott.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely go for Sean McDermott. I wish we would sign him now if I knew that was gonna happen. But like Matt LaFleur, like he's too, like we've seen it way too many times where he gets way too, conservative towards the ends of the playoff games, and it's happened multiple times now, and that's why I said he should have been fired. And if at anything, you keep him on that lame duck contract, and then you see what happens next year. No need to extend him to a contract extension, and I absolutely disagree with it, and I'm really pissed off about that. So yeah, we're both mad and opposite ways, but it just seems ironic how.
Yeah, the next couple weeks could decide. Quite honestly, the next 20 years of the Buffalo Bills, and I wish I was being drastic, but I truthfully think
Dable. If they get Dable,
I don't think it's Dable. I think if it's Brady, it will regress his team back into a drought.
But what if it is Dable? You think it's? You think it's just better? I mean, out of all of them, I
think if it's Dable, it's enough to keep them where they were, which at least would be something to potentially get Bean fired before they regressed heavily.
Okay.
I think if it's Joe Brady, they're going to continue to regress, and Brady has fucked this salary cap up so hard. 3 of our top 10 salary cap hits next year.
It's not Allen, right?
Well, Allen is our top hit, and it's expected. But one of them won't even be on the roster. It's a dead cap hit from a linebacker. One of them's Curtis Samuel. He had 81 yards this year. The other one
They
is
need a wide receiver.
yeah,
a receiver.
The other one is Joshua Palmer. He had 303 yards. The 2 receivers combined played 18 games for 380 something yards, and they're going to combine for $21 million and both be in the top 10 in cap. Fucking horrible.
All right. Well, the games are going though without Buffalo and Green Bay, unfortunately,
And Houston.
Yeah.
I am 2 games back on you now.
Yep. Because you were 3-1, I was 2-2. You got 1 game on me. All right. So the AFC Championship game is first at 3:00 on CBS. We have the New England Patriots at the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are not the favorites in this game due to Bo Nix's injury at the last closing moments.
Come on, man, you ain't rooting for Jarrett Stidham?
No, I'm just saying that the Bo Nix is injured.
I'm just saying you ain't. You
That's
don't.
why.
I'm mocking Jarrett Stidham.
No.
But to be fair, the Pats aren't really a heavy favorite either. 4.5 points.
Oh, it's 4.5. I thought it was 5.5.
4.5.
Must have dropped it. Because that's what I first saw was 5.5. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm kind of pissed about this because this feels like we're going to have a limpy AFC Championship game going into the Super Bowl. I don't think the Patriots are that good, but unfortunately, Denver is hobbled without their starting quarterback. It's one of those things where it's like Houston Texans had a elite defense, but they had a terrible offense with C.J. Stroud, and I felt like because it was like 5 forced fumbles. Houston got 5 forced fumbles on Drake May. They were recovered, I think, 2, and New England still won that game primarily because C.J. Stroud threw 4 interceptions. I feel like if Houston had a better quarterback, they would have won that game because they had a way better defense, enough defense to win that game. New England, I don't think is that good of a team. Like in terms of an elite team, I feel like they're going to get into the Super Bowl though because of the hobbleness of the Broncos right now. And I'm going to say New England, unfortunately, gets the win here. The only way New England loses this game is if the defense somehow can do something, and then they have Stidham just not screw it up, run heavily, or something like that. But I just can't see it. I'm gonna say 21-12, New England as the AFC champions.
That's exactly what I'm banking on.
What?
Give me the upset.
What, Broncos?
I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos.
With the backup quarterback.
I saw a stat earlier. The Broncos are 4-0 in the playoffs at home against the Patriots, I believe.
Really?
It's something I saw along the lines of that against the Patriots. I also agree with what you said. The Patriots did not look good against Houston's defense.
That's what I'm saying.
I also think Denver's defense can check New England's offense. Josh Allen's a whole different monster. Steph Diggs was held pretty well in check last week. They're probably not going to have Matt Collins again. Excuse me. And you may have the return of a 2-headed monster with Denver. What Denver didn't have last week, and J.K. Dobbins, he's back and practicing. I'm going to say Jarrett Stidham, in a revenge game, being he was drafted by New England, plays the ultimate game manager. It's going to be what we saw with the Ravens years ago when they had a bad quarterback. Trent Dilfer going to the Super Bowl. Give me Sean Payton out-coaching. I'm going to say it's an ugly game. Give me 17-13 Broncos and an upset. I got to try to get a point on you somehow.
It'll be interesting. I just can't go with it. You got the better quarterback matchup. It's a quarterback-driven league, and I mean, if the Broncos had Bo Nix, I would pick the Broncos because it's in Denver. But I just can't constantly with that whole idea of
Jalen McMillan's going to make an interception that's a catch as well. Sorry,
they need to get Nick Foles out of retirement.
I'd rather puke on myself. All right, last game.
The last game, the NFC Championship game, 6:30. We have the battle of the NFC West teams, the LA Rams going up against the Seattle Seahawks at Seattle.
Seattle's a 2.5-point favorite.
I am surprised it's that close, but at the same time, both games were that close. So
I mean, what was it? Week
one against Seattle, they won in overtime with the 2-point conversion.
In week 16, it was week 16 in Seattle.
Yeah, it was
overtime
game.
Yeah, that was the 2. No, that was the last game of the year. I don't think was that.
No,
OT?
it was second. I think it was second.
Okay, it was. Yeah, that was the OT game of the 2 points.
Yeah, and then the Rams won. I think it was by a touchdown.
No, but 21-19. So both games have been ridiculously close.
Yeah.
Both games.
That was the one. That was the one in the Rams, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's ridiculously close. But
tell me the NFL's not scripted.
It's not.
That's everything they could have wanted. That's been probably the matchup of the year, both games, and now you're going to get that in the playoffs?
Well, it's because they're both good, though. They're both good. I mean, what can you say? I mean, look, it is a perfect matchup, but it is the best matchup that the NFL could have asked for, but they both did earn it. It's not like the freaking Rams were handed it when they freaking beat the Chicago Bears, and I'm happy they beat the freaking damn Chicago Bears. But I think the key to this game is going to be coming down to who has it last. But don't shell short of Seattle, because that is in the 12th man, and I know it was close last time, but I mean, Seattle, I mean, they dominated the 49ers. They kicked the 49ers' ass. They're the only team that blew out a team in the playoffs so far. All of them have been relatively close. So I look at this game and I say it comes down to who has the ball last. If it goes into overtime, then who the frig knows? It's the only one that went down to touchdown possession in OT. But I'm going to say, like I said, I think out of the 3 NFC West teams, I said it, I think Seattle was the most dangerous of the 3. And I'm going to give Sam Darnold his championship conference here. This will be a redemption for him from all his lone years in the Jets. We're going to say 24-21. Winning field goal at the end of regulation with like 2 seconds left. They kick the field goal to win the game and win the NFC Championship game in a very, very high, close football game, I would say.
You know what I would love to say? I'm going to come back and beat you this year. But I don't think it's happening. Because in this scenario, I see Seattle winning, and I see Seattle winning the Super Bowl as well.
I think they're winning the Super Bowl as well.
I see whoever comes out and wins the NFC, beating the AFC this year. If Buffalo would have won, I think it would have been another story. It would have been a close scenario. I wouldn't have been necessarily confident against either of these two teams. But I think it's Seattle here. I think it is going to be... This is going to be a playoff game people talk about for years. I think this is going to be one to watch this weekend. I think it's going to be... And I know neither of us are necessarily fans of either of these two teams.
It's a good thing it's the final one.
Yeah.
How coincidental that would be, the rotation.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, done on purpose.
No, it was always scheduled. They rotated every year between AFC and NFC, which one gets the late one.
Well, I mean,
just happens to be that one, which is good. For them.
This one is going to be...
Goodell's probably going to be at that one.
Yeah, and this one's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to say 31-30. I'm going to say it's
31-30.
31-30 Seattle.
So like in overtime or
nope. I'm gonna say it's a back and forth. We're gonna script it. I'm gonna say it was 28-27 Seattle. Rams go down, kick a field goal, 30-28. Seattle gets it back with just enough time, gets in position, 31-30. Seattle wins it. Walk-off field goal.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah, those were.
That'd be something to clip.
Oh, it will be. Those are the games we were predicting. Is there any keys or anything? Got time to talk about it, I guess.
I don't even know if I've got any keys, man. I've been so disassociated with football this week. I've had.
I mean, everybody's been talking about the Bills catch thing.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about. Well, I mean, the fact that the same catch happened in 2 games on Sunday and was ruled a catch in both games.
Well, no, that was ruled an interception. The one with the Rams was ruled a catch. You're talking about Devontae Adams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ruled a catch. The Bills one wasn't ruled a catch.
And it happened in the Houston game too.
Which one?
The same exact place. It happened in both Sunday games.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it happened in both Sunday games where it rolled over and was ruled a catch.
But not with the Bills.
Correct.
I mean, I brought up the example. I don't know if you've seen that. I brought up the Sharir one with New England the second time when they played New England, where it was ruled joint possession, that it was Buffalo's ball. Of course, it was pass interference. They would have gotten regardless.
What everybody else has said. Look at last year.
Packers and Bears.
Nope. Last year, AFC Championship.
Oh.
Xavier Worthy and what was it? Was it Worthy and Kyrie Elam, I think. And they went to the ground, both with the ball. Ty went to the receiver, and they gave the ball to Xavier Worthy.
There was another scenario with Packers and Bears early this year when they first played. The 33 defender, he blocked it out of him, and he looked like he was catching, and then he blocked it, so he started losing possession of it. Ball never hits the ground. They're going to the ground. The Packers guy takes it right out of his hands. It's supposed to be an interception, but they don't rule it an interception. They rule it joint possession. Bears tight end gets the catch.
All I know is this league has horrific officiating.
This is what I'm saying. You can't call it both ways. You can't be it's one this way and then it's the other way.
I think the thing that's the most ignorant is, I think it was Gene Steratore said, you can't rely on slow motion because it distorts things to too much of a level. Isn't that what slow motion is supposed to do? It's supposed to distort it to see it clearer, Gene. I don't understand.
And then again,
that's the whole point of slow motion.
I went back and forth on that play, because I first thought in live it was a catch, and then he just took it out of his hands. But then when I saw the replay, I was like, oh, okay, I guess why they could say it's intercept. But then you see when they slow it down, his knee is down like this. He has the ball in his chest before he goes to the ground. Never hits the ground. So at that point, that's a catch because it's now in his hands before it's taken out. And that's like a second act at that point.
And the thing of it is any other catch in the league,
in that situation,
if a knee's down, you're on the ground, the ball is there. The knee is an active part of the ground that they consider, if this is down, that is ruled down by contact. Okay, you were touching, you were down by contact. Okay, so if that is on the ground and you punch it out, you can't create a fumble. Correct. But you can take it out of his hands and intercept it. Also correct. How the fuck does that make sense? That's what I'm not grasping.
Yeah.
If his knee's down, the ball's in his hands, there's
so much to it, and unfortunately, I feel like this is going to be something that we're going to see going forward now, just like with the Calvin Johnson catch that we've seen for a few years, and then obviously with the Des Bryant, which he didn't catch it. But we're going to see that going forward now, where we're going to see this, and everybody's going to debate on whether it's a catch or not.
If I'm going to make one comment on this,
because the defenders are going to keep trying to do it.
But if I'm going to make one comment on this towards anything here, as a Bills fan, for 32-year-old Brandon Cooks, impressed as fucking hell for how that dude played. I would love to see him back as a Bill next year. Yeah. Not as a number one receiver, And I think he understands he probably doesn't need to be a number one receiver. But I would love to see him back with this roster next year. I think his veteran leadership is phenomenal. I think towards the last couple weeks, he started to really show he was clicking with Josh. I mean, I've always been a Brandon Cooks fan, as far back as him being drafted out of Oregon State. That's impressive. That's my stupidness of football, is I just have these guys fucking colleges on standby, which is not a good thing. But yeah, dude,
well, hopefully Coleman's back, because
he won't
be back.
He won't be. He's gonna go. He will be moved.
I'll probably have to trade him.
Yeah, it's gonna look similar to.
Hopefully they trade him for another receiver.
No, unless it's part of a package for like Brandon Ayuk or Justin Jefferson, which, quite honestly, I want no part in Justin Jefferson. I love Justin Jefferson. I'm not overpaying. He's at the peak of his talent, and that's on a down year, and I just...
But if he was with Josh Allen, he would obviously... His number could be off.
But here's the problem. Do you know how much we technically would have paid for Justin Jefferson?
It would probably be a cap hit.
Beyond that, whatever we paid for him in this trade, tack an extra first on it, because we fucking gave them the first that they got Justin Jefferson with.
Well, yeah, because of Diggs.
Yeah,
but that ended up turning out
good.
Yeah,
but we gave them the first, and we could have just held that first and potentially had taken Justin Jefferson, who stepped in and outproduced Diggs.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't have known that at the time.
Yeah, I mean,
and they were looking for a receiver, so that was a good trade for the time, because Diggs did put up good numbers for him.
If you're not going to make the move I've seen is going to look similar to
as long as you don't get Romeo Dobbs.
No, I don't think it'll be Dobbs. I think
guys come back to Green Bay.
He did make a comment about wanting to resign. I did see that. Trying to think who the other receiver was that just got moved, who was a failed second round pick. But like Jonathan Mingo was a good example. He was a Carolina receiver, a second rounder, and he got traded to Dallas in the at the deadline last year. He went to Dallas. Dallas gave up a sixth, Carolina gave up a sixth with Mingo. So Buffalo would basically be Keon and a sixth. Buffalo would get a fourth back. And at this point, you got to recoup something.
Yep. In terms of the championship games, key to victory. Sam Darnold, look out for him. Matthew Stafford, obviously the quarterbacks. It's going to depend on how the receivers perform.
Key to victory for Matthew Stafford, keep the ball away from the cornerbacks. Seattle has a very strong secondary, and a lot of their secondary is on expiring contracts. Yep. And you know why that matters?
Lose guys there.
But as an expiring cornerback in a contract, why would you not want to show out to make your name more valuable?
Make more money. Keys of victory for the Broncos and the Patriots is going to come down to
protect the ball.
Well, Denver definitely protect the ball. I'd say run it a lot more in the game. And then obviously with New England, they're going to have to do something. Like Drake May is going to have to make a play. And he's going to have to perform. And you got to, in the two playoff games, he didn't really play that particularly that good.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm saying key to victory for New England, get every cylinder firing. Get the run game back up and functional. Get Drake May clean. Keep the pocket clean. Get the defense running well. Like, I feel like TreVeyon Henderson, who was this revelation in the back half of the year, which opened the passing lanes for Drake May. TreVeyon Henderson's disappeared. He has not done shit for the last 3 games. Cool, Ramondre Stevenson looked good for a couple weeks, and he's not really been around. Like, Hunter Henry looked good for a couple weeks. He's done nothing for 3 weeks now. Like, you guys, it's the playoffs. Everybody has talked shit about the Patriots. You had an easy schedule. You're waltzing through this now. Now you're facing another one, and you're. So help me God, if they win the Super Bowl, I'll puke on myself. I'm trying to not drink, and this is the first beer I've had in almost a week. But I will get myself so drunk I throw up on myself Super Bowl night, and I don't even plan on watching Super Bowl. It'll be back-to-back years I don't watch Super Bowl.
Really? You didn't watch it last year?
Nope.
You know the Eagles blew them out?
Nope. Nope. I get myself to a point where I get so just football fatigued from the Bills doing stupid fucking shit that I just can't bring myself to. And that's even with being a betting person. I can't bring myself to it.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, so that is conference championship predictions. Make sure to comment, rate, if you like this video and any other videos, please subscribe, hit that bell and subscribe button. And you got your sponsors, obviously.
So they're not closed. Hit up Nikki, 2 scoops.
But you can still get 3 scoops.
You can get a lot of scoops. Get their Sundays. I think they still do. You might enjoy this. I know you prefer just normal ice cream.
I've had custards. I like custards.
Well, no, I thought you just like scoop ice cream out like Sundays.
Well, yeah, they have hard ice cream and custard. So.
But what I'm saying is,
I've done that.
they do Sunday flights. You can get 4 different types of Sundays, and they're mini Sundays.
Like a sink?
No, like it's like a tray.
A tray with multiple scoops
with 4 different bowls and 4 different Sundays in front of you. So it's like a Sunday sampler.
Oh wow, man!
Yeah,
you can pick your own flavors.
I think they have 6 different Sundays they offer, so you can do 4 of the 6 in your Sunday.
Chocolate mint tingling over here.
I mean, that would just be a scoop.
Well, yeah, that's one of the flavors I would have, mint tingling.
Yes, but that's just a scoop. Their Sundays are extreme, dude. Death by peanut butter.
Chocolate?
Death by peanut butter is one. Like they have specialty Sundays.
Yeah, I could probably eat that too.
Yes, their Death by peanut butter is my favorite Sunday in all of Western New York.
Brownie foot. I mean,
they don't have it would be their specialties.
Chocolate mint's my favorite.
I do fuck with mint.
I want chocolate mint on one of those.
But again, that's not one of their specialties.
Boo.
Shout out to Kyle at chickendippin.com or chicken_dippin on Instagram. That's all I got. Take it home.
Alright, guys. I am the Ultimate Goku. He's the Rain 48. We'll see you next week for the Super Bowl prediction. Yes, we will.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Super Bowl prediction. 2 weeks from now. We'll be there. Out. Peace.